Well, I'm going to do my nails in a minute because I've got a night with the girls. But I just thought I'd just jump on because I've been watching a lot of, this is like Marmite, some people don't like it, some people like it, some people poo-hoo it, but it is just a theory. But if anyone knows me, I'm a creative person. Excuse my no-nails. I'm a creative person. I have a lot of an imagination, and I think you have to have a good imagination to be a creative person. I think you do anyway, because a lot of things I draw and stuff come from my imagination. But if anyone's been, and it's only theory, so I'm not saying it's true, so no one has to jump on the bandwagon, because I'm not jumping on the bandwagon, whatever the thing is. Hi, Nene. Hi, TJ's Woodworking Shop. I'm just doing this as a mad chat. And when I say this word, some people are going to go, oh, here we go. But I'm just saying, I find it interesting and it makes me go into my imagination and think, well, what if, just what if, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's true, I'm just saying what if. You know this, Nene, I know I sent you over there, but the people I sent over to watch Daydreamers and stuff like that, all this theory about the Titans, petrified, flat earth. I've been watching flat earth. I don't care what people say. It's up to me to just, and I'm just thinking, well, what if there was a flat earth? Hey, what if there was a flat earth? And just something I was watching before, it's going to make some people laugh, but I just think, I'm using imagination thinking, oh yeah, I get it if like, what if? Oh, he's brilliant, isn't it? If anything, it's just dead interesting. And it does make you think, well, what if? Because I'm just thinking, well, what if Lord of the Rings and them sort of films are true in the sense that they're trying to put something out there? Because something I was just watching about Flat Earth, I know there's many different chats on it, but there's one about, you need to go and watch them, but, we're a flat earth, but round the outside, because there's this thing about the North Pole and Antarctica, and they reckon that's like maybe a porthole, but if you think there's one at the bottom, one at the top, if we're supposed to be dome-like, a circle, but the same flat earth. But the way they'd done the map was flat, but we're in the Middle Earth, and then there's a ring going outside, which made me think of Lord of the Rings, a ring of ice. That's why no one's allowed in the North Pole. What is the thing with the North Pole and ice? Which also made me think of Game of Thrones, the big ice wall, because we're going on about the ice walls are massive over there. The big ice walls, and like, no one really wanted to go there because the, hi Sue, because what were the guys in the Game of Thrones called? Hi Fabio. I know it's only a theory, I'm not saying it's true, I'm just saying, doesn't it make you think, for the people who are into all them sort of fantasy films, is there any truth in it? What are the frost giants? The frost giants are there, but why are we not allowed in certain areas of the Antarctic? And I just saw something about when someone was going over, because they're doing a big like ocean thing, to help the global warming, which I don't even think global warming is true anymore. And just all these mad things, and I was thinking, Lord of the Rings. So if they're talking about a ring of ice around us, on this one that I was watching, and I don't know which one I was watching. Oh, check it out after. They're not talking about a ring, they're talking about the ring to keep us confined in our realm, Middle Earth. So they're saying there's supposed to be different realms with different people on, and they're all sucking the energy off us and all our working, because we're working for them. And they're on these realms of luxury, and they're even saying, in theory, guys, we're saying, what, you need to go and watch this stuff to think yourself. I'm just saying, in theory, what if? And celebrities are all there, these mega rich people. A lot of celebrities have died over the past couple of years. Quite a few last year and the year before. But it's like, yeah, but what if? And I'm only saying what if, but there's loads of these theories and things going about at the minute. But it does make you think, because when you look at films like, I haven't actually seen it, District 9, because we're going about 9, District 9. aliens. There's a lot of films coming out this year. Jurassic Park, they reckon there was no dinosaurs in the sense we've been told. There's a load of films that are coming out that like interlock with things like Transformers in the box, because they're saying like things to do with Illuminati and all this, and it's just like when you actually start looking into it and watching other people's videos, you're like, do you know what? There might be some truth in it, you know, that we are getting told lies anyway. I believe that by the government anyway, but it's like they're saying about space war, they don't reckon we actually landed on the moon, and whenever we see anything, it's always on telly like, oh look, they're in space, but how do we know they're actually in space? And they're showing videos of like, you know, when you have a green screen behind you. You'll know if you've been watching Jay Dreamer's videos and many other videos, but it is like, what actually is the truth? Just because we get told something, like I keep going on about, oh thanks, everyone loves this, just because we keep getting told stuff from the news and they've put a picture up of something, or like, and I've always wondered as well, how do you know that? Like when someone reads the news on the news, wherever in the world you are, they're only reading off one of them, I don't even know what they're called, them things with the words on. Oh, you're having a bruise. I'm supposed to be doing my nails. I'm going out after, so I need to sort my nails out. But this was just playing on my mind. Like, they're only reading something. They don't even know what's true or what's real, or they don't even know what they're saying because they're reading off an automatic thing. I don't know what they're called. And then things that have happened in the past, I just wonder, like, well, they could have actors that are saying certain stuff on telly. I'm just saying about the theory, Trevor, of all this like flat earth stuff, because it's just really intriguing me, like something I've just watched and they're going on about a realm Middle Earth, but like the ice caps could go right round us on our realm, and there's different realms. So Elvis may be alive, you know, he might be there, but I'm just saying it's a theory. But it's just making me think about films where they're always referencing like Middle Earth and yeah, but it's making me think, Trevor, like, oh, how do we know? How do we not know? It doesn't mean it's true. We just get told stuff, don't we? But you know me, I'm just saying, because I am a creative person with quite a big imagination, it just makes me think, well, what if this, or what if that, or maybe it's not flat, maybe it's this, but why are they doing this, and what's going on with that, and blah, 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 blah. I was even watching things about the, what are they calling them? Chemtrails and stuff. It's just interesting to watch. I mean, the great one I'm watching at the minute, like I said, I know Nini's watching. I know Nini was on chat last night. I was on chat. Did you start seeing who was trying to get me down? And I don't know if you've noticed the name's changed again. Nip over. I don't think they mean flat as in flat. I can't explain it. I don't think they mean flat as in flat, but I know what I mean. But I went on Jay Dreamers went live last night, and I actually got on chat. I was in bed. I was just about to go to sleep. Nini was on, and I was like, hi. And then I got a bit of a, I don't normally have a go at people, but someone was saying something about, because it said witchy ways, oh, it's a smoke screen or something. And I was like, what? And then for some reason, I've just changed the name to what it is now, just because I can't explain, but I thought I don't want to go into chats where someone's assuming something, because I was trying to talk about something. But the person who was talking to me, because he'd obviously saw my channel name, their name was something Bible. So obviously they were going to come and try and bash me, because that's how I feel anyway. I was just like, yeah, but you're judging the book by its cover. Though I could have been judging his as well, but he did sort of was like, but I do love Jay Dreamers. I just think, if anything, like he says, the world is so boring sometimes. Like, why can't we think outside the box? And that was in Transformers, but only because I would think like that. If any of this was true, it wouldn't surprise me, because I'd be like, my imagination's always took me to a place like that. All them films that I love are Transformers, Thor, love Lord of the Rings, and all that sort of fantasy stuff where there's different realms and different races of, you know, different sort of people and creatures and things. That has always resonated with me. So if this was to be true, It's only a theory, don't get carried away. I'd just be like, well, actually, yeah, I can understand what they're saying about why it's all been kept a secret and why they don't want the vast majority to know, because I can understand. That's all I'm saying. I just needed to get it off my chest, and I don't know why that name that I've changed the name to is changed, but you know me, I like to change things all the time. It still means, you know, witchy and all that, but I thought it was quite a nice name. Witchy Ways was just a quick one. I couldn't think of nothing. I was trying to think of something. I thought if anything pops up in my head, I'll change it. And it did pop in my head this morning. So, and even I was wondering if anyone had noticed it changed. I was going to see if anyone's going, so why have you changed it? And then last night, it was funny because in one of Dreamer's videos, he goes on about sleep, like why do we sleep? And just theories on sleep, and like the theories of where they used to say, like, you know, if you slept, like an alien would come and start changing your thoughts and changing things, so changing your life and stuff. Did you never notice? See, you're not awake, Sue. She needs more coffee. I'm only joking. And then I was thinking about something before I went to sleep, and I know I was going to come and talk about it. It wasn't this, and I can't remember. And I was thinking this morning, why didn't I write it down? Because I thought to myself, you won't forget, you'll remember. And I was like, no, I forgot. But going on the theory of like all this, I'm going to be doing more weird videos like this. I just like it. So I might be talking about flat earth, Trevor, soon, and everyone's going to be like, it's only a theory. But I like that people like you lot who come on, you know, are not bashing. You're just like, it's a theory, and everyone should just be able to talk about it, because it's like, you know, I'm just having a bit of a cake. But funnily enough, before I start talking about all this mythology and stuff like that, I ordered some, one of them Trevor's going to love, or a couple of them actually. This, I wanted some more dragon's blood, you know, incense sticks. I wish I had smell-o-vision. Probably have got smell-o-vision. I just love the smell of these. So I got these, and then I saw some more and thought, I'm going to try them, because I normally get these. Like, is it Nag Champa or something? Nag Champa I normally get. But I thought, I'll see what these ones are like. So I got, and I only noticed the name the other day. I was like, oh my God. I'll show you this box first. I tried to get, Trevor, do I just burn these? Because I've never used these before. I've got the cones. I'll show you the box in a minute. Trevor might like these. These little cones. It's a really nice smell. It smells dead fresh, actually, for what the picture on the box is. I keep meaning to, I always want to go sniff that. So it smells really nice, but these are vampire kisses. Vampire kisses. I'm assuming I just light these and let them burn down like the sticks, but they're cones, so they smell like, I don't know, they're just fresh. I know you'd think they'd smell dead like musky, and I don't know, it can smell dark, but like a vampire, I don't know, but they're called Vampire Kisses. I got them on eBay. I think they were only like £1 something or whatever. Yeah, you just like them the same. So I've got them for some of you, you know, like this, the vampires. So we've got Vampire Kisses. Yeah, like you do with a stick. And then, so I've got Dragon's Blood, Vampire Kisses. And then I just saw these because I'm sure they were about £3 something. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes. And I thought, oh, well, I'm running out, so I might as well grab them. And then, because I've been talking about mythical stuff and that, I've got these yesterday, I opened the box. I didn't even notice which selection I'd ordered. And I've ordered, ooh, Witch's Curse. That's what I've got. But I've ordered this. Look, I've ordered these. But the actual name of this set is called Mythical Selection. I was like, no way. So in the Mythical Selection, I've got Angel's Touch, Demon's Lust, Fairy Mist, Dragon's Fire, which it might be like Dragon's Blood, I don't know, Vampire Kisses, funnily enough, and Witch's Curse. And you get 6, so I've got quite a lot to go on with. But I just thought, I didn't even notice that. And when I was going to say Jay, I keep going to say Jay-Z, when Jay Dreamers was talking about, well, like that now, certain things magic always seems to be in the colour green. I thought, colour green. Associated with magic witches. I thought, interesting, but there's loads of other things I've been finding out with watching all these conspiracies and myths and legends and everything. And I'm like, that's really weird. There was even, I don't know what people think of this. I don't know who saw the video. I sent you over to J Dreams, but I just think it's so interesting, if anything. The Illuminati sign is the eye in the triangle. And he was just saying about like some celebrities that are caught doing signs and all this. You know, whether it's true or not, it's just interesting. But he goes into like, well, what do you call it in America? Like, we got TK Maxx and they've got a TK, or one of their shops anyway, we're closing it. And he goes in, there's a sign where normally if you go in, you'd be like, oh yeah, you know, they've got a sign of, you know, whatever the marketing, like Nike or whatever it was, but it was, I think it was a woman's clothing thing, and I don't know what it was called, but, you know, they have like pictures of the models and stuff on around the shop and all that, and it was a picture of a woman like this, a hand sign, I think their hand sign, is their hand sign that? I don't know, something to do with that, with a dice in it with a 5, but you could see the one on the side was 6, the sign of, I think it's Illuminati or something, hand sign, covering one eye up because Illuminati's one eye. It's just loads of things he was showing you in your shop, and it was like, oh, that's proper mad. Like, I wonder if I went out there, if I'd noticed anything. You know, even if people think it's just speculation and stuff, but it's like proper mad, because it's like, oh yeah, you'd normally just walk past that, you wouldn't even give it a second thought, just be like, oh yeah, nice, you know, photography or whatever. And there was something else written on the wall as well about go this way, something over, but when you read it differently, it said something else, but you wouldn't notice that. I thought, if anything, whether it's true or not, it just gets you thinking. And that is why I like these channels, because it just gets you thinking anyway, even if it's anywhere near the truth or not near the truth. I was just saying, Trevor, Lord of the Rings, a lot of films that are out this year, Jurassic Park, well, loads of films over whenever, they've all got hidden meaning in, and a lot are showing, the films that are coming up this year are showing what's supposed to be happening coming up this year as well, all the symbolism and that, it is proper mad when you start looking into it. But they also say, on the theory thing of it all, that if we make films and do stuff and think of creatures and this, that and the other, is it our subconscious from our, is it Akashic records or something coming out to what we once knew? Yeah, all the films, the Da Vinci Code, everything really. I'll tell you what I watched. I think this was really weird. It might just be me, but there's my imagination going. But I think I said this the other day. The other day, I found the videos on petrified rocks. You know, the rock giants, the giants of before. So I was watching that. And then, you know, I was like binge watching that. Went to bed, got up in the morning, stick the TV on for Finn. My Little Pony. My Little Pony. The only thing that caught my eye, because I was making breakfast or something, I come in here and I sort of heard something, was there was these grey ponies that were greyer, because normally My Little Ponies are quite colourful, and these were just not the same sort of ponies. And it was something about this, I just heard them say something about this rock, and it was this big egg-shaped rock, and they were saying, oh, we've knocked it over, we've got to push it back up the hill. So I don't know what they were, I wasn't watching it, but I just heard, and I sort of looked and I thought, while they're talking about rocks, I've just been watching about, you know, the giants. So they pushed it back up this hill, and they put it back, and at the end, hi Kelly, you're all right. At the end, this grey little My Little Pony said, they said something to it, and it just said at the end, it's all about the rocks. And I was like, shut up, I was just reading about that. Then, this morning, put the telly on again. I was watching about the Titans again last night in bed, and saw Jay-Z live. Not Jay-Z. Can you say Jay-Z? J Dreamers live. And The next minute, Finn was watching this cartoon called... Oh, I can't remember what it's called because he doesn't really watch it. With a little animated boy in it, but the family's real. I don't know if it's Irish. I don't know, but he was watching this, whatever it's called. And the next minute, the kid goes, oh yeah, something, Titans. And I just thought, what? Why are all these things popping up? Because I've been watching about it. It's because you just don't notice. But it is. That's why I'm saying if any theory of any slight truth was in the mythology. Hi. Is it Renee? I always say Renee. If there was any theory, I'm just saying it's a theory, and you know what people are saying, but because I've got a big imagination and I'm very creative, I love all stuff like that, but I'm just saying, if there was any truth in it, even a little bit, I could be like, yeah, I could go with it. I'd be like, yeah, I understand it. And even if it was true, it wouldn't surprise me, because I'd just be like, yep, because I just think we're thrown at like books and certain stuff, and there's just bits in films all the time going on about the same thing. So it's like, well, is someone trying to put messages out there to us to tell us, you know, is the big awakening that people go on about, the actual waking up to this big massive lie? I know there's lies coming about the government and that, because we all know about the government. What's that? You know, one of my rainbows on the wall. Is this what they mean? Everyone's waking up out of sleep? Because everyone is asleep. They're even saying... Because I watched something yesterday about the government saying, I don't know, American government obviously or something, about, oh, people on benefits, and then they get like this card or something. I don't exactly know what it was. And then they'd get food given to them. They won't need money to go out and buy it, because they'd get food given to them. But only the food that the government want them to eat. Certain foods like ready-made cereals, which is full of sugar and stuff. This, that and the other. And I just thought, how mad's that? You know, it's like Jay Dreamer says, you know, we all know really, we all should uprise and not pay our taxes, because we don't actually have to when you look into it. But that's what I keep saying, Jay-Z. They're just making money off us all the time. And someone said as well, you know, I'm only saying this of speculation and theory and that, but when your child's born, you sign a paper, you know, to register your child. You're actually registering, you're giving your child to the government, and that's why the government can take your children away. Through the government. It's just bonkers. It wouldn't surprise me if there was another realms where all the celebs go, and if something happens, they're all going to go there, and all the really rich people are feeding off our energy, and now what we do, how all us work in a way where they're not, would not surprise me one bit in the slightest. It wouldn't surprise me if another reason why they go on about Antarctica and all that is because there's oil up there that they found, and they want people out, because, you know, that's one of the biggest things, oil. A lot that we fight over. We get told that certain wars are to do with this, that and the other. It's not. It's to do with oil and pipelines for oiling, and, you know, not that I'm saying, you know, I know that for definite, but when you start going looking at things, you can make put jigsaws together and see. What's that? Oh, sorry, I thought there was something on the fence. Because yesterday, something landed on the roof of my nail room, which I've got to go in there in a minute and do my nails. And I saw it. Like if a cat jumps on it, you can hear it. And then, but you can see the shape of it because it's not see-through. It's a bit milky coloured. And it came down, and I thought, I'll take a picture of it. And it came on the corner because I was sat in there yesterday. And I could see the shadow, and I went out because the door's on the side and looked up to take a picture, and there was nothing there. And I was like, well, if it was the cat would have jumped down. And if it walked up again, you can hear it, because on that stuff you can hear it. I don't know. I'm watching too many things. I was like, oh my God, what was that? But I don't know if anyone... I'm not saying it's true. It's not, people say, like Jay Dreamer said, people think people are mad who talk about all this. They're not mad. It's just another way of thinking, and Just thinking, well, you know, what if, you never know, sort of thing. I mean, what's all this thing about the guy who put the car in space? Like, I don't believe that either. I don't believe that. But going back to the Lord of the Rings, I was thinking, on this picture I saw, there was like us in the middle, our realm, and then water, and then the ice cap sort of goes around us, which makes me just think of a lot of Game of Thrones. You know, the winter's coming in, like the frost giants and stuff, and big ice wall, snow wall. And then when you look at this, what I was looking at, and I don't know whose channel I was on, there's rings going around like different realms. Lord of the Rings, they're trying to be lords of the realms and not letting us come in the realms. I don't know if you get what you mean, but my mind's going off like, when I go off in my creative mind, that's sort of how I think, and think they're not talking about a ring. Maybe they're talking about the different realms, lords of the, you know, the realms, not the rings. There's giants in there. They're going about trees and this, that, and the other. There's giants in there. There's elven people in that. But yeah, so I'm just off on a mad chat again. But I just thought I'd just pop on. I just wanted to know, basically, you know, if anyone else thinks like me, like they have a creative mind and they just think, oh, well, you never know, what if? I'm just saying, what if, like, if there was, could anyone understand it? But also, because if you leave a comment after this, has anyone actually gone over to the channels? Is anyone actually looking at it just out of interest? Because if anything, like I said, there's lots of people on, I'm not going to say it again, J Dreamer's chat. Some believe, some don't. But it's just nice just to think what if and what other people's opinions are and interests. And have you not been over yet? It's just good, Trevor, because it's not like, if you don't believe in it, you don't believe in it. But it's nice how because everything's to do with thinking. Thinking works, and he's even brought magic up and different things. And someone was having a go at me yesterday, not having a go, but sort of saying, oh, spells and this. I said it's spell casting. Like, they reckon there's a big spell cast being put on the world of this theory because it's in thought and words. And I've always said a spell is, I said to this person, they said Bible, so I'm assuming they're religious. Oh, you'll have to. I know Nini has, the religious, so I said, but you're praying. When you pray, you put thoughts and words out there. You say words when you're praying. It's spell casting. Spell casting. Spell. First thing you learn to do is read and spell. Spell is words. Spell casting. And it was just, the things that I've heard make a lot of sense in my head. But I've always, when I was, you know, writing back things in the chat, and I said, I've always been like this anyway. I've always thought out the box. I'm not closed-minded, so if there was different, all these conspiracies and theories, I can look at them and think, yeah, I can see that side, yeah, I can see that side, and I can see that side because I'm very open-minded. I've always thought about outside the box. Well, what if we did have different worlds? What if this? What if that? I don't just sit there thinking, oh no, it's not all true because we've been told. Who have we been told off? The government, the people, you know, the media on the news, because they've told us something isn't real, therefore it must be. But have you actually seen it with your own eyes? That's what I'm trying to say. You're not really seeing anything with your own eyes. You've even gone about Jurassic, you know, like dinosaurs. What? Because we were told at school. Oh, see you soon. I've got a night with the girls tonight, so I've got to go and do my nails anyway. But I'm just saying, go and have a look out of interest what all different channels are saying. If anything, it's just really interesting. Even one where I looked up, they were putting these things up in America, these metal boxes. Nobody knows what they're for. But what the channel was saying, I think they're for, it would not surprise me. Like, people are going to be brainwashed with it and be like, believe in certain stuff. But it's just good. And I know some of you have gone over there and are really enjoying the chats and things that people are having and just the theories behind things and just making people, if anything, it's just making people think, what if, especially around the government and stuff. It's like people going on about shootings and that. I know none of it's nice, but I think, I'm not saying this is true, I'm just saying I think, and a lot of other people think that, especially in countries where you have you're allowed guns, like we're not over here. If something kicked off, they know for one, like us over here haven't really got any guns, so we haven't really got any weapons against the government or anything. But you who have got weapons to fight against the government if something kicks off. So they haven't got control of everybody who've got the weapons, but if they got the gun law down, they would. But that's only my theory. That's only what, I'm thinking. Some people are thinking. Not saying it's true. I'm just saying. It just makes you think outside the box a little bit, because they don't want anyone to think outside the box. This is what I'm saying. They want people to be eating, getting fat, because that's what Jay Dreamer says, and I'm like, yeah, I understand. Not exercising, being unhealthy. There's a cartoon, and this made me think of a cartoon. Is it Wally? Where's Wally? Wally the cartoon robot. It just made me think, oh yeah, I'm sure that's a cartoon where they're in space or whatever, and everybody's really big, and they're all sat on, says me who's eating, they're all sat on these chairs that go around, so you don't walk, so you get no exercise. You're eating what you want, and you go where you want and eat what you want, but you sat on these like flying chair things or something, or not. I don't even know if it's on a monorail, but they're drinking, they're eating while they're sat down. They get no exercise whatsoever. There's all these adverts going on, brainwashing you. Oh, get this, get that, because you need it. Obviously, that is the symbol of what's going on in our world. It's advertising with labels, which I get a lot of things from charity shops and things like that, and I'm not bothered where I get things from. I'm not into labels, but all this advertising and sports things, sports got a lot to do with money and stuff, advertising, and it reminded me of that cartoon. And aren't they going after, on that cartoon, they're going after like a plant, they're looking for a plant like to bring earth back, to bring nature back, and something said in Jay Dreamer's videos as well about earth, and like when they say about magic and everything, we should be looking at the earth, we should be looking at nature. And are they telling us to look up at the stars that they reckon may not be real, as in we go on about space all the time, it's keeping us distracted from what's actually going on here on our earth, on Middle Earth? That's what I think anyway, but I'm going to go now before I get overly excitedly on theories, because I'm just finding it really interesting. So I may come in more chats just because I find it interesting, and I can because it's my channel, so, But if you haven't gone over to them channels, just go over, because you don't have to believe in it, any of the conspiracies or nothing. It's just interesting because, like Jay Dreamer said, even if it's not, it's interesting to think that way because it makes it more fun and more like this world is quite boring sometimes. If you think, oh, this is just it, sort of thing. You can go over there and just think, And also, I'd just like to say, I'm going in a minute, really. I'd just like to say, most people I watch who do all this can think outside the box. Even you, Trevor. Jay Dreamers, that's his nickname from now, Jay-Z. Jay Dreamers said he also doesn't watch TV, and he also doesn't watch the news. Neither do I. I think you can have a quite creative mind if you're not watching stuff like that, because you're too consumed with what you're being told to believe. What is it called? Brainwashed. Got a spell cast on you. Nino know what I'm talking about because you were in that you were on that thing last night. But I just think it has got truth in it. It doesn't matter if some of it you think's wacky. A lot of it has truth in it. What people are saying does, like people going about space and this, that, and the other. But some things I just think, yeah, well, whatever. I don't really think too much of it. But the other stuff I'm finding on here is like, that really resonates, really resonates. There's something inside that you just think, yeah, but I actually get it. It actually makes more sense of what people are calling mumbo jumbo than actually what the government and the scientists are telling us. But they're telling us. We haven't actually gone out in the world and, gone and travelled to places and actually found things out ourselves, gone to the North Pole or whatever to look ourselves, because you're not allowed in certain areas of it, like districts. I don't know why you're not allowed in it. Well, I do, but it's just like, and it's just like, what's going on? But it resonates more with me than what we actually get told the truth on telly, because I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't make sense. This seems to make more sense than that, but I'm going now because I'm probably just going to be bumbling on. People who don't know what I'm talking about are going to go, what is she talking about? It was just theories that I'm watching, and I've got my theories on it, and it does make more sense to me. But like I said, if anything, it's just a bit of fun. And if you want to go and, you know, look at those things, go and check out Dreamer's channel. I'm actually on his Facebook now, so I've been looking at stuff like that. So yeah, I'm going now because I'm bumbling. Bye.